lot of you might possibly hate me for this video. I mean, for the things I'm about to say on this video, a lot of you might possibly hate me. You might call me names. You might call me insensitive. You might call me tone deaf to the situation in the South African society. You might call me a lot of names, yeah? But it's fine. It's fine. Because first, I'm used to it. Second, over here, that is what we do. We call a spade a spade. We do not call a spade a spoon. We call a spade a spade. And also because over here, we are very open-minded thinkers, yeah? We're a blend of realist and idealist. So we tend to speak truth to power. We say things the way they are. Bold perspectives, yeah? So it's fine. If a lot of you are going to hate me for the things I'm about to say, it's fine. But the truth has to be said. Because last night, I listened to Kayb express her disappointment that her expectations were not met when she shared her story. Yeah, I listened, and guys, I was baffled because I could not wrap my head around why a young woman as beautiful and, in a way, kind of smart as Kayb would come to a Big Brother show where you're meeting 24 strangers for the first time. And you're not only meeting the strangers for the first time, you're also virtually meeting millions of strangers for the first time who are viewers watching your life 24/7. And then you choose to share a story, an aspect of your life which you claim you have never told anybody in your life at all. A secret nobody in your life is aware about. A secret you've never told even your closest friend. Nobody at all. Because I don't want to believe that Kayb does not have anybody that she's close to in her life. Yes, she said her mother disowned her. Yes. But I don't want to believe that there's nobody in her life that she's close to. So a secret you've never told anybody in your life, you chose to come and share it with not only 24, let's call it 25, including Big Brother, and of course production. Not only 25 strangers, but millions of other strangers watching you 24/7. Make it make sense. How does that work? I mean, while she was speaking, while she was sharing, expressing her disappointment, speaking about the expectation that she had, that she will come and tell her story. And women will say, oh, as women, we understand, we can relate. And then the men will say that, oh, I have a sister or maybe a female in my life that, could be a victim of rape. And, oh, I understand. Oh, I feel your pain. So why she was saying all of that. Guys, hey, God. See, a lot of things were just going through my mind. And the first thing I asked myself was, did Kayb genuinely share her story because she wanted to show courage? Because she wanted to be brave, because she wanted to be free of the shackles of keeping that secret. And so she chose to come and tell that secret to the whole world of strangers. And not even a soul in her life, as she claims, is aware of those secrets. 2, did Kayb come and share that story because, of course, it was part of a strategy to garner pity from the viewers? Because it is a peculiar, case in South Africa. It's something that is very rampant in South Africa. So, of course, the viewers are going to relate with her character, with her personality, and they're going to pity her. They're going to look upon her with mercy, and they're going to say, oh my God, something as vile as a rape situation happens to this young woman, not just once, but twice. And so they're going to look at her, with mercy, and then pity as well will come in form of votes, and then they will keep her in the house so that she stays to the end, and then she emerges the winner, to seal off her story of victory, courage, bravery. You know, of a woman that went through all of that, and oh, finally she was able to come and tell her story. Oh my God, how strong she is. Look at how strong she is. Look at how powerful she is. This girl is on fire. You know, that kind of thing. Made me wonder that. So ladies and gentlemen, listen. As I said at the start of this video, I know a lot of you are going to call me names. A lot of you are going to hate me. Yeah. But this is me analyzing Kayb's purgation, you know, expressing her disappointment. And you see here, as she spoke, I was so glad that Ashley Ogle spoke back, because every single thing that Ashley said was 100% true. We're going to talk about the place of empathy in all of this. We're going to talk about the place of empathy. So guys, don't worry, we're going to get there. But for now, let's continue with the analysis of that, you know, that expression of emotions and everything from Kayb. Ashley told Kayb that, listen, this is a public platform, right? If you knew you did not have the emotional capacity to handle the reaction, you shouldn't have shared it in the first place. Because when you tell your story, you will get two types of reactions. You will get a positive and you will get a negative. So you need to prepare your mind for the negative reaction. As much as you're ready for the positive reaction, you also need to prepare your mind for a negative reaction. For the fact that you prepared yourself to come and tell the story, you need to prepare yourself for the negative reaction. Because it is not everybody that will give you that positive reaction that you want. What you're expecting, you might not get it. And Kayb will say, that she understands that, but she was still disappointed because she expected that, as women, they will understand. And guys, listen, listening to Kayb speak, yeah, it was like she was just doing the right thing in the wrong gathering. Yes, because guys, if you think about it, she made it sound like Big Brother's house was a rehab, you know. And there's this thing they call it, guys, I don't really know the name, help me out, but you know, all these gatherings where people that are, let's say, alcoholics, or maybe they have one particular struggle or addiction in their life, you know, they go, they say, hi everyone, my name is so and so, and I am an alcoholic, you know that kind of gathering. And they go and they share their story, they share their past experiences, where they were before, where they are now, and their progress report. Kayb made it sound like that was what Big Brother's house was. You know, you go and tell such a story and you're expecting everybody to empathize with you, you know, to be able to relate with you, because people come from the same society. That's why I said that the way she explained it, it sounded like you are doing the right thing at the wrong place. Why? Because first of all, this is a reality TV show. The fact that it is called a reality TV show does not make everything that happens in there a reality. Half the time, most of the things that happen are scripted in the sense that everything is amplified. The actions and reactions are amplified. What we call those actions and reactions is content. These individuals called housemates, they do all of these things in the most extreme forms, in the most extreme manners, you know, to draw a reaction from us, the viewers, and also from the fellow housemates. All to give entertainment, and also because it is a competition. And we know what happens in a competition. In a competition, sometimes people break rules. In a competition, sometimes people will do whatever it takes to eliminate their opponents, to get ahead in the game, and to possibly emerge the winner of that competition. So that was exactly what Ashley was trying to explain to Kayb. Another thing people do not really understand about the concept of a competition is that no matter how humane people are, the desperation to get to the end, to win the prize at the end of that competition, tends to rid them, or maybe sometimes partially or completely strip them of all the humaneness that they possess. It doesn't make them a bad person, but that is what competitions do. Competitions tend to change people. Competitions tend to turn people into the worst versions of themselves, or sometimes the best version of themselves, or sometimes the most competitive versions of themselves. And sometimes that competitive versions of themselves, a lot of people might deem it negative or extreme. And that's exactly what Bunny B did. For all of these housemates, we do not know them individually. We don't know them from home. We don't know them individually, except for those of you that are relatives to them or probably related to them one way or the other. But for most of us as a viewer, we do not know these housemates from home. The only thing we know is what they portray on the show, whether good or bad. As they present themselves, that is how we take them. Yeah. So Ashley Ogle was 100% correct. Personally, the first time I heard Kayb share her story, that was on the day of the wager task presentation where she shared her story. Frankly speaking, I was turned off completely. Yeah, I was turned off. And in a way, I kind of felt bad for her. And I even explained it on that video I did, that I kind of had hoped that she had stopped at the part where she said that she had been raped twice. Because when you now go ahead to tell the whole world that I had to sell my body to men for money, when you say you had to, it means you had no choice anymore. At all, no choice anymore. And when you look at somebody like Kayb, a lot of questions come into your mind. You begin to ask a lot of questions. Hence the reason I put out a tweet that when we are ready to have a proper conversation about Kayb's situation, we're going to talk about it. Not because we want to judge, but because we need to have that conversation. So I had really hoped that she had stopped at, oh, I was raped twice, rather than going further to share the other, the other information, because I felt like it was completely irrelevant. Yeah, it was. Because if she was trying to provoke pity from the viewers and from my fellow housemates, it wasn't going to work. Because yes, for the great part, people will empathize with her. But for the other part, people are going to have mixed perceptions about her. Because it is something that people frown upon and people would ask questions about in society. Yeah. So I felt like she shared too much. Now, on the part of empathy, a lot of people have said that, oh my God, Bunny B is mean, she's evil, she's cruel. Moralistically, we can definitely say that. We can say that, yes. Where is our humanity? How cruel can someone be to trivialize someone's trauma to the point of saying that you want to use it as a weapon against the person in the game? How inhumane can one be? We can say that because it is the ideal thing to do. Yeah, because as humans, no matter how competitive we are, no matter how goal-driven we are, there should be a part of us that retains some level of, empathy, that retains some level of softness. So 100%, I condemn that statement from Bunny B. She shouldn't have even said it. If she was thinking it, she shouldn't have even opened her mouth to say it at all. At all. She shouldn't have said it. Because, yes, it's wrong. It's wrong because, one, she lives in the same society as Kayb, and that's the South African society. Rape is such a big issue there. It's something that happens every single day. It's something that women in South Africa are still struggling with. So if there's anybody that should relate more, she as a female should have been able to relate more. And not to go to the extent of trying to use it against another female. And not only that, but also because she's a mother. One would expect that that is not something that she should even joke about, because Bunny B said, oh, she was only joking and she was only trying to have a conversation with Kayb. It doesn't really matter because everybody is different. Everybody is not the same. So people will interpret questions however way they understand and however way their exposure carries them. So yes, I entirely condemn Bunny B even raising those questions and even making that statement that she was going to use Kayb's past trauma against her. But the point I'm trying to make on this video is we cannot entirely overlook the fact that Kayb brought this on herself. There are certain things you don't bring to a reality TV show. Yeah? And also, let's not also forget, there are certain things you don't bring to a TV show like Big Brother. Yeah. Except you have the capacity, the emotional maturity to handle the reaction. Except you have the mental strength to handle the reaction, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah. Except you are looking to use that information to your advantage in the game. Except you're looking at using that information you're sharing, to gather votes, to gather pity, to get consideration in the house, which is impossible because at the end of the day, the game is the game. People will still play the game. People will still do what they have to do. Now, finally, there's also the part where Kayb shared that story about her life. And then she still came into the house with the kind of strategy that she came into the house with. I mean, guys, I think I'm going to stop here at this point. I'm going to stop here at this point because this is a very deep conversation. And we're going to have this conversation after the show. When the show ends, we're going to have this conversation. Yeah, we're going to have this conversation because it needs to be had. I'm seeing reactions on social media. Everybody is demonizing, villainizing Bunny B and Nsuku and anybody else that is watching this show that is thinking differently from the crowd. I see the same thing in the comment section of some of my videos. A lot of you people want me to completely cancel Bunny B. A lot of you want me to come here, sit down and tell you all, Bunny B is evil, she's wicked, she's mean, you people should kick her out, da, 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 da. But I'm sorry, Gloria Elijah is not that person. It's not me. I'm not that person you will come and bully into hating on one housemate because everybody else hates that person. I'm not that person that you would expect to, echo what you are thinking in your head with regards to completely canceling a particular housemate because a society does not like that person. You expect the reality to also not like that person because of XYZ. No. Yes, what Bunny B did is wrong, but we need to also call a spade. That there are different angles to this matter, which I have laid out bare on this video. So ladies and gentlemen, I know this might be an uncomfortable conversation to have, yes, but hey, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. And let me put out a final disclaimer. This video was not to judge Kayb. No, this video was to look at the matter objectively. As I mentioned on this video, everything Ashley Ogle said to Kayb, I completely agree with 100% because that is the truth and nothing but the truth. If you are not emotionally strong enough, there's certain things you don't bring to public. Yeah, that is why that saying goes, do not hang your dirty linen in public. Because when you hang it in public, what if you have a tear in your panties? What if your bra is worn and torn? Are you ready to hear people's opinion that, oh my God, your bra is looking dirty. Oh my God, your bra is looking stretched out. Your panties are looking torn. Are you ready to hear people's opinion about it? That's what we should also think about. All right? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to receive your comments. I will see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.